Hello again. Welcome to my little video channel. Exciting stuff. Cheers. I'm Mike Jecks. I'm the author of the Templar series, the Vintner series, Act of Vengeance, a number of collected short stories. I've worked with medieval murderers. So I've written a fair number of books. However, you can never have too many books, I think, as an author. And I thought today I would talk about this one. I'm reliably informed that there's something appearing there now. It's called Rebellion's Message. And this came about because I've written, obviously the Templar series is 32 books all about different crime stories. The Vintner series is much more about a platoon, a vingtaine of archers going through the 100 Years' War. And I wanted to just pull things back a bit and go back to crime. I like crime. It generates a nice income for me. So I thought I'd write about a different period in history, because I'd already covered quite a lot of medieval and I wanted to look at something a bit different. Now, when I was talking to my editor, she said, well, of course you've got to attack the Tudors, because with Henry VIII and Cromwell and Wolf Hall, there's a lot of interest in that. And I thought, actually, I don't want to do that. Everyone's written about Henry VIII, if they're historical, and if they haven't attacked Henry VIII, they've attacked Elizabeth I. So I thought, I want something that's a little bit different. And I thought, well, I could look at Henry's son, or I could go for a little bit later and go for immediately before Elizabeth, because that's the reign of Bloody Mary. Now, how could any crime writer not go for a lady called Bloody Mary? That appeals to me. And I thought, okay, let's have a look at her reign. And it was a real gold mine as far as I'm concerned, because she got her name obviously because she did execute a huge number of people, much more than Henry or Elizabeth, I think. And she was only around for a very short time, so she was pretty dedicated, put it like that. She was determined to marry the Prince of Spain, which was not exactly a good career move, because nobody in Britain wanted to become a little colonial offshoot of the enormous Spanish Empire. So there's a great deal of potential. But I was trying to figure out what sort of character could I write about, because everybody has a drunken investigator who's trying to get over the booze, or he's getting over a divorced wife or whatever, and I thought that's all really rather tedious and overworked. What I wanted was something a lot more interesting but fun, so I thought I'd write it about a pretty incompetent criminal. And many years ago I had an idea for a chap who's really thrown into things completely against his better judgment. It's a little bit like the Burglar series from Lawrence Block. Excellent series. If you haven't read The Burglar in the Library and the other books in that series, you really should. But I thought something that's a little bit more light-hearted. And so I had this idea of someone who's dragged off the streets of London because it's believed that he's going to make a really good assassin. But he's not, because he can't stand the sight of blood. And so I've got this poor devil has been coerced into a job and persuaded to take it on because there's very good money in it and he's got a good house, which makes a nice change. I thought this first book, Rebellion's Message, I'd look at how it is he actually gets taken on to become an assassin. Really interesting process trying to figure it out, but basically I gave myself a limited amount of time. I said, well, okay, this is the objective that they're going to have for him. How can he get to that point? And that all resulted in this book, Rebellion's Message, which is coming out in April. It's going to be great fun. If you want to have a look at it, it'll be available from 7 house publishers. It'll be available hopefully in all the good libraries and so on, and all of the electronic formats and all the other stuff that you want. If you want to have a look at links, they're down there. You can see another copy of the cover if you look down there probably at some point. But for now, I'll leave you with that. We've got poor old Jack Blackjack. He's the hero of the book. He's a reluctant murderer. He's reluctantly thrown into a civil war. He's reluctantly forced to protect the Queen. And he doesn't realise it, but actually he's working for the people who don't like her and want to remove her. So he's a guy who's conflicted, put it like that. Great fun to write it. I hope you enjoy reading it. My name's Michael Jecks. Please like it, please share it. Do all those standard things that you know about, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks a lot.